Welcome back, Engen Pitch Polish fans, for the next installment of South Africa's longest running pitching competition. I'm your host, Aldrin St-Pierre. Last week, we finished up with pitches from the red group. Like me, I'm sure you were sad to say goodbye to Evans Parsons and Bafana Buthelezi, who both put up a good fight. But congratulations once again, Daniel van Zyl and Shuka Moabir, who have made it through to round 2. So that's 2 contestants having gone home so far, and by the end of round 1, we would have said goodbye to another 6. But it's early days yet. We still have many exciting pitches to see. And next up is the green group. News just in though, I'm sorry to tell you that one of our contestants from the green group, Noreen Sully of Connect the Dots Training and Consulting, has decided to pull out of the competition. More on that next week though. And we can't go any further without acknowledging our gold sponsor Engen Petroleum and co-sponsor Nedbank, without whom this competition wouldn't have been possible. Thank you. Speaking of competition, let's jump into the reason we are all here, the pitches. Oh, and remember to keep your wits about you because we have another amazing viewer prize to give away later. First up tonight, all the way from the Free State, we have Moses Kekana of Green Kit Enterprises. Good luck in there, Moses.
Hello, Moses.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very good. How are you feeling?
No, I'm doing well, excited.
You're doing well. You're excited?
Yes.
You're not nervous?
Nah, no.
Right, Moses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pitch and polish.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Moses. I'm a waste reclaimer and an environmental activist from Kronstadt. I support the United Nations goals and to minimize the waste in South Africa. And currently, we are working on a zero waste to the landfill by 2013. In order for me to support them, I had to come up with the different strategies, such as waste minimization to the landfill, eco-school recycling project, separation at source, and recycling itself. And one of our strategies worked for us. We deployed 200 bins in the city of Kronstadt, and we have educated the masses and the community members about the importance of recycling. After doing that, Kronstadt won the Clean City of the Year award in 2002. After that, I was then further motivated and encouraged to create decent jobs in the green economy. I opened a buyback center and I encouraged the community members and the waste pickers and the recyclers to bring waste to Green Kit SA. The buyback center has got 12 full-time employees, 50 waste pickers, 50 community members, all of them that are earning an honest living through recycling. We have diverted 20 tons of cardbox that was supposed to go to the landfill, and we have reclaimed 100 tons of cardbox from the landfill. We have collected 5 tons of mixed solid waste from the community members, and we have collected 2 tons of white paper from the school. Thank you so much.
All right. So good timing. Would you like to start?
Yes, sure. Thanks. Thank you, Moses. Thank you for that pitch. And yeah, my first question to you, I mean, just listening to your pitch, I wonder, how exactly does this business make money?
We reclaim waste from the landfill, and then we sell it to SAPI as white paper. We sell it the cardbox to Impact, and then we sell others to Coruscant in Johannesburg.
Thank you.
Okay, Moni?
Thanks. I love the idea. It's something that's very close to my heart. So clearly, one of your segments in your target market is kids.
Yes.
At schools. How do you rope them in? How do you make them care? What's in it for them from a kid's perspective?
So we have collaborated with PEDCO, and they've donated 30 bins for us. We have got 30 schools in Kronstadt, but we are doing a pilot project with 5 schools. We have given them 5 bins, color-coded each bin, and then once in a month we go to school and then we educate them what waste goes in which bin, and then by that then the schools compete among themselves. The school that collects the biggest amount of waste, we donate towards their sports day, we buy them water, something like that, and then we get the waste and then we sell the waste to bigger refineries.
Great, thank you.
So Moses, you never said what you would do with the 650,000 rand cash if you win this.
If we win the 650,000 cash, we want to grow the buyback center and employ more people. Currently, we've got 12 youth that we're working with, but we've got capacity of hiring up to another extra 15 people because recycling is labor intensive. We're going to need females to come and help us with sorting. We're going to need a forklifter to help us load the bales on the truck. We're going to need an extra bucket to service the school, and we're going to need an extra teller to service the corporate. Currently, we've placed our bins within the Kronstadt town, so corporates are sorting their waste, and we're going to need people to help us to go and fetch, bring it, and then we sort it. And then we need a big space so that we'll be able to do large volumes, because recycling, it pays the bigger volumes that you have, the bigger money that you make.
Next question is around competition. So I know you're in Kronstadt. Are there any other competitors in Kronstadt, or are you the only company there?
Under Fezile Dabi, the district that I'm in, I'm the only registered buyback center on PETCO database. And I'm competing with the waste pickers such as me, but now I've moved to a buyback center. So currently I'm the only registered buyback center under Fezile Dabi.
And so that means you don't have to compete, or you do have to compete?
We are only competing with the waste pickers when you go to the landfill, when you're trying to buy, because there are also other smaller waste pickers that are also buying, and they're bringing to sell to us.
Okay, Moses, we've heard enough. Thank you for your pitch. You may leave.
Thank you.
All right. So because of your thoughts?
Yeah, interesting pitch. I think even more interesting just the view around competition, because I just think with waste, so many people are just getting onto it and trying to get into that as, I don't know whether they would call it at a small scale and so on. So it's very interesting what his views would be around expanding beyond Kronstadt, because I don't know, I think there's always going to be someone trying to do the same thing in a lot of places. So we'll see.
Okay, Monique?
I think it was a very solid pitch. He understands his business well. Even though he hadn't prepared what he was going to do with the 650,000 up front, he was able to quickly answer it, and it's like holistic covering on what he's going to do with it. So I think he's a solid business person that really understands his business. I'd like to dig deeper into the actual financial side of it to see, is it actually as profitable as what he says it is, or is it because he is the only registered one in Kronstadt? So
Yeah, so he's got first to market
advantage.
But I don't know if I misunderstood, but I heard two numbers. I heard a contradiction. He said 50 pickers or community members, and then he said 12. That's what I heard, a contradiction in that. Did you hear that, or was it just me?
I heard him speak to 12 employees, and
within
his within his establishment in terms of the packers or once they're in, and I think the 50 was probably with the landfill, at the landfill.
Okay. Perhaps
that's at least what I understood.
Okay, it's time to score.
Moses, how do you feel?
Well, I'm feeling excited. I'm feeling that this was long overdue. I'm happy that my voice is going to be heard as a waste reclaimer, as an environmental activist.
Yeah. And interesting, the question coming there from Monique. So clearly you have the endorsement there of the Green Bank. What do you make of that?
Well, I think it's a thumbs up.
Yeah.
It's a thumbs up. Because this is the kind of things that we need, the kind of the support that we need. We believe in the power of collaboration, and when we collaborate, we capitalize on our partner strength to achieve our goals.
Alon raised the question around the 650,000 and what you're going to use that money for, and you didn't get that in during your pitch. Do you think that it might just count against you?
Yeah, because we are pitching to the investors, so they want to know what we're going to use the money for. But clearly, there is the need for the money because we need to scale and grow the buyback center. We are only dealing with 5 schools for now. We want to include all the 30 schools in Kronstadt. And if we get the money, we can even reclaim more waste from the landfill.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell us then, with the work that you guys do at Green Kids SA, how that supports what the municipality is already doing with waste collection.
So we all know that waste has become a challenge in South Africa. And what we are doing, we educate the masses. The municipality, they just do refuge collection. So what we do, we educate the masses, we help them to understand the waste itself, to separate them according to the kind of waste. Like if you look all under your PET bottles, they've got those triangles.
Yeah.
So we help the community members to identify what goes where when they are doing the
And tell me, with the color bins, is it a universal concept that this particular color goes for this type of waste, or?
Yes, yes. We also put stickers outside so that they can know that, okay, the green bin, it belongs for the plastic bottle, and the red bin we can put our glass bottles, and the yellow and the black we put different kind of waste.
Yeah.
So it's a universal concept that is being done overseas, and we're also doing it here.
Yeah, and I guess the United Nations Secretary General Guterres must be happy that they've got people like you.
He's more than happy. He's more than happy.
Well done, Moses. However, we can't stop to smell the roses because we have another pitch to get through. Who's next? Meet Makatu Tshivhula of The Light Candles, who's representing Soweto, Gauteng. Let's see how he does.
Hi, Makatu.
Good morning, Alan. Good morning, judges.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling blessed and highly favored.
Okay, good. And I see you got something on display there. What is that?
Yeah, these are premium quality candles, all types of candles from households, scented, dinner candles, anything candle related. Yeah, that's us.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pitch and polish.
Hi judges, my name is Makatu Tshivhula, founder of the fastest growing candle company in South Africa, The Light Candles. We manufacture premium quality candles which have the best burn time of 11 to 12 hours per single candle, 4 hours longer than our biggest competitor. Besides our amazing quality, what makes our brand stand out more is that we're able to manufacture up to 30 different colors. In 2016, over 830,000 households heavily relied on candles as their primary source of light. And this number has rapidly increased, and we've tapped into a market within traditional healers, churches, and event companies. According to Stats SA, there are currently over 250,000 registered traditional healers, and we aim to reach at least 20% of these by the end of 2024. Well, within our 3rd year of operations, and by our 1st year, we're able to generate 338,000 Rand in sales. And this number has more than doubled due to our ability to retain and acquire more customers. We have approached quite a few retail stores such as ShopRite and Pick n Pay, and they've tried our products and they're willing to sell them. Yeah. With this funding, we'd be able to purchase professional packaging that will help us to sell within this retail market. We'd be able to purchase more wax to be able to continue selling to our customers and to our retailers because they would buy the stock via consignment. We'd be able to also...
Oh, you can finish that last sentence.
Yeah, we'd be able to also buy a vehicle. This will help reduce our courier costs and transportational costs.
A very long sentence. Okay. Okay, let's start with you, Monique.
Lovely product. I'm certainly using a lot more candles at home, so something that resonates with me.
Okay, tell me after this.
Just in terms of your production, how many do you need to produce per week in order to break even? So make and sell.
Okay, so we're currently breaking even, but the thing is we've added a cost of a loan repayment, which we've paid, I think, 4 months out of the 20 months. So, but once we're done with that, our profit margins increase greatly. I don't know if I'm answering your question.
Okay, that's fine.
I noticed that you planning to capture the traditional healer market and I think you mentioned churches. Is there any other markets? And how are you actually getting into how are you doing your sales into
Okay.
those particular?
Oh, so the market is quite huge actually. The other market is event companies for weddings, funerals. We also have funeral parlors that we supply to when they have memorials, because we put our the deceased person's picture on there. This helps with the grieving process. Yeah, and we do make aesthetic candles for those people who rely on not necessarily load shedding, but who for people who like candles for the aesthetic, for the smell, the scents, and yeah.
And you personally, you have a sales team that goes out to sell your candles?
Yeah, currently I'm selling myself. We do have 2 other people, but I'm driving the sales myself. There are times where I go out to taxi ranks, to malls, and push my products directly to the customers, so that to create brand awareness as well, so that when we do infiltrate the retail market, they're already familiar with the brand and they go straight for our brand, besides the value proposition that we offer.
Well, let me just start there as a segue. You mentioned brand.
Yeah.
You know, a candle for me, it's a very hard thing to brand, because it seems like a candle's a candle's a candle. And then so can you give me insight in how you would differentiate yourself from a branding perspective? And secondly, you spoke about the fastest growing. How do you know that?
We've grown from our sales from first year of operations from 27% up to 44% in sales. And sorry, what was the second question?
So how do you know there's no other candle manufacturer out there that's doing
okay, yeah.
more than you?
Growing within the I don't want to say the streets, but I'm creating a community of spiritual healers, and amongst that, my brand is the one that's being spoken about the most, because of the longer burning time, because my customers use these candles to pray, and it's very important to use a quality product, because...
So how do you brand a candle?
Sorry?
How do you brand it? Do you stamp it, or do you print on it?
I don't brand the candle. I just meant the Light Candles brand, the name of my company.
But how would somebody know they're buying? Let's say I wanted to compete with you, and I went out and I said, I'm also got light candles, and I gave, let's call it, fake candles. How would the client know the difference?
That's where the packaging comes in. I don't know
Okay, so it's the packaging.
Yeah, so that's why we need the funding to get packaging that will have our brand there, and that's
And do you not have packaging now?
No, currently we're using string, because it's proving to be quite expensive to get packaging, which is what's stopping us to get into retail.
The loan that you took out, what did you use it for?
Okay, so what happened, I started this business by myself, and then I had an investor who joined me, and she injected capital. And then within the second year, she was having financial problems, and she wanted to sell her shares. And I felt like it's very important for the company, so the company took out a loan to buy back her shares. So I'm now alone in the company. So I took out 250,000, because the valuation of her shares were 200,000, and then I used the 50,000 to buy more stock, so that we can sell more. Yeah.
And was it a bank loan?
Yes. No, it was a family lawyer I spoke to. It was a private loan.
Okay. Great. Makatu, you can leave. Thank you.
Thank you.
You seem interested.
I really like him. I like the product. I think it's an apt product for right now. I do worry about the money though. He says he's breaking even, but he's got a loan, a substantial loan, that he's paying off, and it's another personal loan from an individual. But I like the product, and I think he'll go places.
Mm.
The interesting thing for me is how he differentiates his product, because candles are everywhere. I found his pitch quite good, just in terms of explaining what he's done and what he's doing with his product. But again, how is he differentiating it? How do you recognize it? Even if it's making its way to, say, the traditional healers, how do they know it's his product? So that would be interesting to sort of understand. And again, just to see, what is his cost base look like? Is he covering off properly there? I mean, even with that loan, because really, again, in terms of the hesitation around breaking even, it sounds like hasn't sort of worked out exactly what it takes for him to break even. That would be interesting to see.
I think as an entrepreneur goes, I think he's an absolute winner. I agree that the finances aren't, there's still some work to be done there. Branding, of course, I've put down here. I love the fact that he sells.
It goes out.
I think you put him in any business, this guy's a winner. Yeah. And maybe he's chosen the wrong thing. Maybe this is his entry point, maybe. But also I agree with you 100%. That traditional healer market, if he gets entrenched there, it'll remain quite a loyal market to him if they can build a brand there.
Also, your question around how do you differentiate your branding? Because how will they know this product is yours? And I think that's a big thing that he's got to think about. If you get fake products coming in, how is he going to differentiate himself?
Yeah. Great. Let's go to the score sheet.
Makatu, you started off your pitch very boldly with a bold claim as well that you're the fastest growing company in the candle industry. And those questions there from Alon, seems though that you couldn't back it up scientifically.
I think the nerves got the better out of me, but I can't back it up. It's just that I need to prepare on my landing.
Yeah.
More. Yeah.
And that's going to count against you.
Amen.
Amen, is that the answer?
No, I'm saying I don't know what's
Are you just leaving it in God's hands now?
Yeah.
Because when you started off, you said you're highly blessed and highly favored.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us about the market that you're targeting. You spoke about churches, you spoke about the traditional healers as well, and how do you get them?
We get them through our marketing ways. I don't want to reveal much because my competitor could be watching, but I am creating a community of traditional healers that solely buy my candles for the main reason that they last long and they help in their healing process that they undergo.
Yeah. Why did you start this business?
For me, it was a passion for candles and a passion for healing. I studied psychology, so I'm into healing in one way, form or another. So my candles are a form of healing, especially because I sell mostly to my customers who are traditional healers who heal other people using my candles. Yeah,
and so you have this network that's there already?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, now with the 650,000, if you do get that money, what would that money do?
It would get us into retail stores because I'd get professional packaging. I don't have packaging at the moment, but once I do get that, I'll get into retail. I'd purchase a delivery van to help us deliver to these retails and to my customers. I'd get enough stock to continue selling directly to my customers as well as retail, because with retail they take stock on consignment.
Good job, Makatu, flying the flag high for Soweto. You faced the judges and came out on the other side. With that said, it's time for our viewer competition. Are you keen to get your hands on a 5,000 Rand Evo Super Shop voucher from Nedbank? Honestly, who wouldn't be? All you have to do is answer the question showing on your screen right now. In which area does Moses Business operate? In which area does Moses Business operate? Send us the correct answer and your name via WhatsApp to 068 707 5187 before midnight tonight. All the right answers will go into a random draw and will reach out to the winner before 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. We'll also post the winner's name on social media later this week, so hurry up and enter. And that's it for tonight. Next week we'll see the final pitch from the Green Group and who will be going through. In the meantime, it's good night from me, Aldrin St. Pierre. See you next week Tuesday at 7 o'clock.